Hello, I'm Michael.
And I'm Paula. And together we are Cruisability. We are on our way down to the Galveston port and wanted to show you some of the iconic stops along the way so you know what to expect when you're going on a cruise. One of the first stops is Buc-ee's. So let us tell you what Buc-ee's is all about. Hold a moment. This is Buc-ee's. This is what you're going to be looking for. That sign, and you will need to exit as quickly as possible. These are the current gas prices as of the last week of January. Second to last week of January, 2026.
Oh, make that 2025.
Yes, that was 2025. Oops. So inside of Buc-ee's, you can find everything that your heart's desire that reminds you of Texas, as well as beef and jerky, turkey legs, anything you would need to go to the beach. They have hoodies, slippers, Texas shirts, Hello Kitty, Stitch, Jeep, toys, anything you can desire, you will find at Buc-ee's. Now, as well as Buc-ee bags and attire, stuffed animals, blankets, shorts, and anything you can desire. Hi, Buc-ee. Here we have the Buc-ee's truck with a life-size Buc-ee in the back. And over here they have the snack section, specialty meats, jerky, so you can get your snack fix. If you forgot your cup and need a cup to go on the cruise, you can buy it there too. You can buy all this specialty jerky. They have hot sandwiches, cookies. They have a food station over here, more cups, and then they have the famous Buc-ee self-fill drinks. This sign says it all. They have a very large restroom. This is only half of it. We're going to the other side of Buc-ee's now, where they have all types of things available. Buc-ee's is a huge store, has at least 3 sets of doors. Anything to your heart's desire that you could possibly want to find, you could probably find here at Buc-ee's. Because, you know, in Texas, we do things big. And we do it right. Now, Buc-ee's has some seasonal wear that they have available every year and every season. People tend to want to collect the Buc-ee shirts. They are a little over $20 each, depending on what size and if there's a sale or not. But this season right now we're at Mardi Gras, so this is the Mardi Gras shirt they're advertising. And again, there's Buc-ee. They have leopard print, anything you could desire. They even have a Valentine's section. If you're new to the area, make sure you stop and get a photo op picture with Buc-ee.
Okay, then let's continue on to the port. Now that stop at Buc-ee's is about 23 minutes from the port, so we're almost there. Now something you need to be aware of is there is certainly always a possibility of construction along I-45, so you want to be sure and allow yourself plenty of time in case this is happening.
When you are coming down to Galveston to the cruise port, it's going to take you through an industrial area. Don't worry, you're in the right place. Do you see what I see? There's the Jubilee, we're coming to see you. So there's the Dream. They are getting their final go to your muster station if you've not gone yet. And up ahead, right there, is the mighty Texas Proud Jubilee. Again, the Texas Proud Jubilee. Look at the size of that ship. She is beautiful. Again, they are being told to get to their muster station if they've not already done. Our next cruise, we will be on the 10th floor at the aft of the ship in an extended balcony. Make that the 10th deck, excuse me. Here we have the Jubilee, and for the coffee drinkers, right down the street, there is a Starbucks. Now, if you are coming to Galveston and have some extra time, if you turn right here at this intersection at Harborside, there is a wonderful little restaurant down there that we've been to several times. And welcome to your cruise terminal. Of course, we've got the wonderful flag of Texas right next to the American flag. The digital board will tell you Carnival Jubilee to the right, Carnival Dream to the left. And that is Fisherman's Wharf. They have great food there. But alas, they use paper straws. Directly opposite of the cruise port entrance is the beginning of the Galveston Strand. They have some great little shops in there. There's even an old-timey telephone booth. For the instrument lovers, there's a great photo opportunity. There's a little World War II memorial. It's a Bishop's Palace, built in 1892 in Galveston, Texas. It's one of the few buildings that survived the 1901 hurricane. Straight down the road from the Bishop's Storehouse on Broadway, we run out of road. Why? Because we run into the Gulf of Mexico. So that was straight down from the Bishop's Palace is Stewart Beach. So Stewart Beach is open seasonally and is normally about $15 to get in. There are showers and other facilities available, which is one of the draws for people to come to Stewart Beach. We, however, tend to drive down and go to the pocket beaches, which we will show you next. So as we're going to the pocket beaches, we are along the seawall, and you will notice there's a big caution sign because right off the side of the road, there's about a 10-foot, maybe 15-foot drop onto below. They built the seawall to help retain the infrastructure of Galveston after that 1901 hurricane that nearly destroyed everything in Galveston. Now, you do have to pay to park along the seawall. However, here's our handy dandy tip for those who have handicap parking. You can park anywhere along the seawall for free if you have handicap parking. You do not, at this time, need to even call and register your car, whereas everybody else has to call the numbers that are posted and pay for parking along the seawall. We're continuing to head down towards the pocket beaches, but right behind this building is Pleasure Pier. So right at the beginning of Pleasure Pier, you encounter Bubba Gump Shrimp Company, which is good to eat, but extremely expensive. And you do have to pay to walk onto the pier, regardless of if you're handicapped or not. They do have adult and children's prices, and they are good for the day. You do have to pay for individual rides. Galveston is a great place to fly at night. And you will notice how beautiful the water is. These jetties were built to help hold the sand along the beach from eroding away along Galveston Island on the seawall. The flags are at half-staff in order of President Jimmy Carter's passing. Here's a handicap accessible ramp to get down to the beach opposite of the Galveston Convention Center.
As a reminder, if you find these videos helpful and informative, do like and follow and subscribe, of course. Now, if you do have kids with you, or you're interested in general to play putt-putt golf, we have a whole section of putt-putt golf that's available for you, and you can play at your leisure.
Just down the street from the Magic Carpet Mini Golf is Beach Pocket Access 5. This is along the Galveston Seawall, and if you turn in here, you will find an RV park for overnight camping, if that is your interest. Here we are at Beach Pocket 7. The further you get down the seawall, the more secluded it tends to be. It's a cold, chilly, blustery 65 or 60 degree day here in Galveston, so there are not very many people out on the beach. Earlier this week, Galveston had 5 inches of snow on the beach, which is a rare occurrence in Texas. Now you can go out at your own caution into the Gulf of Mexico here, as it's now maybe being renamed the Gulf of America, and enjoy the water to your heart's content. Just be cautious. Occasionally there is a shark sighting, just like anywhere there's salt water. But Texas is definitely beautiful. We hope you come and enjoy. For
Cruisability, this is Michael
and Paula.
And we will see you next time.
Remember, like, follow, and share. Please do subscribe. We'd appreciate it. Have a good day.